Hello everybody, Qorbane here with the fourth video of my series. I'm going to kind of do this one about rough astral diamonds and regular astral diamonds to try to give some people a hint and helping hand to make both of them. We'll start off with what's the difference. So in case you didn't know, rough astral diamonds are the rough form of astral diamonds that you really can't do much with until you refine them. You get rough astral diamonds out of a lot of different means. I'll go over some of those here in a second. But you can only refine 100,000 rough astral diamonds a day into regular astral diamonds. So you have a cap. So rough astral diamonds, the most common way of gathering them are through your random dungeon queues and your random advanced dungeon queues, your random skirmishes, and your random trials. So you do a bunch of these a day, amass up a whole bunch of rough astral diamonds, and then every day you can refine 100,000 of them into regular astral diamonds. Another way of getting rough astral diamonds are with your seals of the wild that you get from various missions and killing various monsters. As you can see here, seals of the wild, you could transfer 300 seals of the wild into 1,000 rough astral diamonds, which is a terrible exchange. I'll show you something here in a second that's a little bit better. Another way of getting rough astral diamonds are through old campaigns that you have already completed. Let's say you want to get rid of a bunch of the currency that you have left over from doing Barovia, the Ravenloft campaign. In the campaign stories you see down here at the bottom, you can trade in to get rough astral diamonds there as well. So whenever one of the areas such as Barovia is having an event where it's double currency, you can use your genie gifts to buy these bags of omens, which give you double the currencies, and then you can trade them off to get these, or I would actually get the Apocalypse set if you have the coins to do it out of Barovia. It's a very good set. The artifact comes from the money heist, which you'll probably end up doing that one if you're doing your randoms. So if you end up with that, it's a very good set. Another way to do it, a popular way, is whenever you're farming Vollenhaus, you'll get chaotic writings through there, and chaotic writings are used to buy Juma bags. Juma bags have a chance of dropping rough astral diamonds. There we go. You can also get an awful lot of abyssal chickens, such as there, and occasionally you'll get a coal moat. And I was really hoping they'd go for 3 for 3 there, but you'll get a coal moat from there, and coal moats are currency. Well, not really, but they are pretty much the currency of the game. So those are pretty much the easiest way to amass up a whole bunch of rough astral diamonds, which you'll want to do on a daily basis anyway, just so that you can get your 100,000 a day. Regular astral diamonds are made a little bit differently. So I already mentioned the coal moats. One of the other ways is while you're doing your dungeons, you'll get seals of the north. Seals of the north are used to buy these. The siege or Scalebreaker armor pieces, they're not character bound when you pick them up, or account bound when you pick them up, so you can sell these on the auction house. These typically go for a pretty good amount, anywhere from 50,000 astral diamonds to 150,000 astral diamonds. They've come down a little bit, but they still sell. So the armor pieces you can sell on the auction house and make some extra regular astral diamonds that way. Some of the other things you get from the dungeons are also sellable, such as some companions and some mounts, but one of the best things, if you get them, are these, the Shards of Greater Power. Shards of Greater Power are used to upgrade your collars from Epic to Legendary and Mythic, and they sell for around 100,000 to 300,000 each, depending on what the value is on them, or what the current demand is on them. You'll also have a chance to get coal moats, but I would recommend that any coal moats you get that are account bound, unless you really have a whole bunch of unbind tokens and a strong need for astral diamonds, I would keep any of the account-bound coal motes that you acquire, because you'll need them for your enchantments, your artifacts, and everything else that you try to upgrade, so you might as well keep those for that. In the Dread Ring, there's an area you can go. There's 3 fortresses. The Phantasm one is typically the favorite one. I think I'm saying it right. During the weekends, they have an event where the Trust at the End drops enchanting stones. Normally you get the green ones and the blue ones, but there's a chance that you'll get the purple one. So the enchanting stone rank 5 is the one that most people try to get, because it's the one that's the most expensive. And if Neverwinter is doing the double enchanting event, enchanting stone event, then you will get 2 of them instead of 1, which is all the more better. So save up your Thayan keys for those events and for the weekends, so that you can go and farm these. You'll know it's being farmed, or you'll know the event's going on whenever you go by there and there's a dozen or so people standing out in front trying to get in there. So this is another way to make Astral Diamonds. The Stronghold, when you get guild marks, you can use the guild marks to buy these explorer cases, and if you have Cholt unlocked, you can go to Cholt and use these explorer cases to do the 5 little harvester spots that they'll show you where they're at when you unlock them, and each time they'll give you a resource. During Cholt's double event, they give you 2 resources. I don't think it's during Cholt's. I think it's during Profession Weekend. When the Professions doubled up, the Professions Weekend will give you double rewards from these. And these, each one of these items typically sell for anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 Astral Diamonds, depending on what the current demand is. So it's a quick and easy way to make Astral Diamonds, and that's the key point. It's easy. This way is another way. These are called the Tier 1 lures. There's a couple here that I don't have because I didn't go and find them, but these are some of the ones that I just happen to have on me. These are used when you get in a mass of them to trade for coal motes from other players. Some players are looking for the Shattered Jaw Trap because they're needing to get the little tiny demon guy that pops up because they might want the boots, or they're needing it for the resource, the claw that pops for a minute. They'll be wanting for this one. So these typically sell, I've seen them go from around 10 to 15 for a coal mote. If they're going for that, that's a good way to get them, because these are pretty easy to get. You just have to go to the area that's most predominant for that monster, kill an awful lot of that monster, and eventually the boss, or not the boss, but the one that's flagged will spawn, and you kill him, and he has a chance to drop these. One of the other ones that's not here is the Gore Chain. The Gore Chain is found in the area of Avernus that you drive around in your car, and you kill mains. If you kill mains, eventually an infected main will pop up. You get out of your car and you kill him, and he has a chance of dropping a Gore Chain. Gore Chains typically trade anywhere from 40 to 50 for a coal mote, depending on what the demand is. Sometimes it gets down lower towards like 20 or 30 for a coal mote, depending on how starved people are to get them. So that's one way to do it. This one right here is the one you'll probably want a lot of as a newer player in your adventuring. This one comes from the little horseback guys. They'll have a chance to drop this when you get their lead to pop. He has a little flag. They all have little flags on them. This one's used to summon used to make the lure for the white chipped horn, and the white chipped horn is how you get the Garista horns. So if you're needing the Garista horns, you're going to need this one. Coal motes are essentially the economy of the game. Most people will trade for coal motes over anything, and coal motes sell on the auction house for the most. These net around 850,000 Astral Diamonds to 1.2 million Astral Diamonds each, and are pretty easy to sell. another form of the economy, if you have an awful lot of these or an awful lot of stuff and you start rolling into it and you make an extra enchantment, I don't have any on me. If you make it an extra enchantment, you can sometimes sell the enchantments if you have them. The enchantments sell. But I would just recommend trying to get coal motes and sell the coal motes or the enchanting stones or the greater shards of power to make your money. There's a few other ways to do it. Some I've just recently started to learn about from watching other videos, and I've seen people make great profits with those. I told you the one about the gold bar. It's a terrible way to do it, but if you're desperate and have an awful lot of gold, it's one way you can do it. Coal motes can be bought on the Zen market if you just want to throw money at the problem. But right now, with them being down to 850,000 Astral Diamonds each, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, I'll admit, whenever they are at 1.2 million Astral Diamonds each, I was awfully tempted, and I sold an awful lot of the coal motes that I had saved up and used unbind tokens on the ones that I had to have them to sell. So you just got to watch the market on the coal mote and just make your money there when you need them. Another way to do it is through another profession or another campaign area. Is you go to the river district and you farmed arcane magic writings. These sell for around 10,000 to 15,000 Astral Diamonds each and are super easy to get. So if you're doing your campaigns and you end up completing the Cloaked Ascendancy, or you're doing the Cloaked Ascendancy, you'll get this area called Secure the District. Now, every time you save an outpost or do any work in the guard outposts, you amass these points for securing the district. Protecting the guard sites in the river district earns progress towards a campaign task. And these are 100 of these tokens each to get one arcane magic writing, and that's thus 100 equals 10,000 Astral Diamonds. And you get a lot of these by just doing regular missions around the river district, while you yourself are farming for your completion of the river district, or if you're on the hunt to get the Mirage weapon set. So save up arcane writings until you have enough for your Mirage weapon set, and then sell the rest. The ground jade also sells, that you get from doing the dig sites, and but it sells for a little bit less. Sometimes, I think I've seen it to around 3,000. I haven't looked it up in a while, but it's a good way to do it. So that's some of the easier ways to go about getting your Astral Diamonds and your rough Astral Diamonds. It's all about finding what's selling and finding what's trading. If you go into the Wandering Emporium and just watch the chat, you'll see what the current market value on a lot of stuff is, and that gives you an idea of what you want to go out there and farm. While you're in the Wandering Emporium area of Avernus and you're doing that, you'll be amassing Zariel's Favor, and Zariel's Favor can be used to purchase those lures, those tier 1 lures. So you're always constantly farming them if you're killing them. It takes an awful lot, 3,000, I think 3,750. That's a lot of infected main. Ugh. But you'll mass it while you're just hunting out regular lures yourself. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to leave a link in my description to another video that I watched that was really informative on farming Astral Diamonds. He has a lot of things that I didn't know. These are just the ways I was doing it. And I was happy to see that some of the ways that I did it also showed up on his video as ways that he did it. So that let me know I was on the right track. So I'll leave a link for his video as well. And hopefully between the two videos and any of the other videos that you choose to look at throughout it, they'll help you get your Astral Diamonds going. Because Astral Diamonds are pretty much how you're going to buy a lot of your stuff and get your enchantments going and gear and everything else. So you're going to need them. So learning how to get that under control early is a good way to make your Neverwinter times easier as you're progressing in your level. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully you enjoyed Winnie the Hoot as much as I did. He's a cute little companion, and I highly recommend him for everybody. And with that, me and Winnie the Hoot will say goodbye, and have a good one. Bye.